Hi, in this video we're going to be looking at the phylum Mollusca, and we will be dissecting a freshwater clam. Just to orient us on the clam, this is the dorsal side with the hinge and the umbo. The ventral side is where the valves open, so these are the two valves of the bivalvia. This is the anterior end, and this is the posterior end. We're going to cut through the anterior and posterior adductor muscles, which are holding the valves together. And if we're able to carefully open the valve and separate the mantle from the shell, we may be able to see the siphons. So again, here, this is the posterior end of the clam. On the ventral side, we have the incurrent siphon, and right here is the excurrent siphon, which lies dorsal to the incurrent siphon. So the incurrent siphon, water would enter in through the incurrent siphon, hopefully bring with it some food since these are filter feeders. Then as water circulates through the animal, it will exit the excurrent siphon, as well as any feces or nitrogenous waste. So this thin material that is attached to the shell is called the mantle. It is one of the key features of all mollusks. They all will have a mantle. And if we kind of move the mantle to the side a little bit, we can see some of the additional characteristics. So this is the muscular foot. It is one of the characteristics that all mollusks have, is a singular muscular foot. This is a very tough muscle. You can see a little bit of variation in the texture and color of the structures here. So this part here is the muscular foot. What you're seeing here are the labial palps. So there's a pair of labial palps. Here's the other side. On either side of the mouth. So I guess this is the anterior end and the posterior end where the siphons are located. So at the anterior end, we would have the mouth surrounded by the labial palps. As we go back towards the posterior end, these striated structures here are the gills, which are used for gas exchange and also helping to filter out food from water coming in through the incurrent siphon. So we're going to continue our dissection of the clam. First, we'll locate the mouth here. So this is the mouth right there. Again, on either side are the labial palps to help direct food towards the mouth. We're going to cut open the visceral mass where most of the organs are found. That is another key feature of the phylum Mollusca, is the visceral mass. So the mantle, muscular foot, and visceral mass are the three key features of the phylum Mollusca, characteristics that unite the group. As we look at more of the characteristics of the clam, most mollusks, except for the cephalopods, have an open circulatory system. The cephalopods, which include the chambered nautilus, cuttlefish, squid, and octopus, have a closed circulatory system. But here in this bivalve, they have an open circulatory system, and this is the heart. This is an opening of the heart that's called ostia, the way that blood is going to enter back into the heart. And we might be able to see, it's covered by tissue. So this is the heart. What's interesting is that the intestine actually goes through the heart. So this is intestine that's coming through, and here's the heart, and the intestine continues through here. As we open up the structure a little bit more, we can see that underneath the heart, there's this dark structure here. That is the clam's kidney. So that is the kidney, that dark structure. In many dissections, it's important to keep as much of the animal intact as possible because the orientation of the organs relative to other organs can help you with identification. So knowing that that is the heart, and then underneath it, this dark structure, that is the kidney. As we continue to open up the visceral mass, so in here we can see the digestive gland, which will release enzymes to the intestine. The intestine is a coiled tube that will lie in the grooves that you can see here. It's very difficult to sometimes find the intestine. It usually ends up getting cut with the dissection. There's a little bit of it right here. That's the intestinal tube right there. Also, this textured area right here is gonads, and that's what we're going to see with the clam.